Today's episode is going to consist of discussing how to properly prep your beard before you trim it. I know I've gone over several methods in the past few weeks. Today we compile everything together with applying the beard oil, beard balm, and trimming with the shears, trimmers, and discussing the lines once again. I've used beard wash to wash my beard. I got in there and scrubbed it really good. We have a little video up here showing how I wash my beard. I use a tool as well to kind of get in there, massage the hair follicles and the skin underneath the beard to get a very thorough cleanse. After this, I kind of let it air dry a bit, but I like to use a towel and kind of squeeze it like this and let it dry as best you can. You do not want your beard to be wet at all when you're doing a beard trim, because but when you cut it and it dries up, it's going to be basically shorter than what you expected, and you're going to be upset and have to wait even longer for your beard to grow back. But today, as we discussed in the first episode that we did, we're going to go ahead and kind of look at our beard, get the landscape a bit. I let this thing grow for several weeks so I can help you guys out today. Really let the scruff sit in here. We're going to go through a full tutorial today. You're going to need a few things as well. As we remember from the first video, it's you got the wooden beard comb here, you got fine bristle on this side, and larger space of bristles on the other side. As well, you're going to need a beard brush. This is very helpful. It's going to have the boar's hair, so it really grips the beard and kind of straighten things out and gets those frays down. I like to use a mustache comb. This is how to use this angled beard brush. Kind of just do some finishing touches on there. Most importantly, when you get a round brush at the end, when we've done most everything, we're gonna basically use the blow dryer and the round brush here to style the beard and make it look magnificent. Once you need a clipper. This is the Brio Beardscape. It has a long battery. I've only had to charge this thing twice a year. It's really good. It has different settings. I thin out the top here to make my beard look prominent at the jawline. Kind of like that effect. For that effect, that's how you do it, and we'll go over that in a few minutes. You'll need an electric beard trimmer. This is the Babyliss Gold. It's very sharp, it's effective. It doesn't really heat up when you use it for a while. This is probably the best trimmer I've used in my beard journey. You're gonna need some shears. Notice that we discussed how to hold these things in the last couple episodes. Basically, you got it here. Your thumb goes in here. Ring finger in this one. Your index finger goes on the screw. And this finger I like to keep out, but you can keep it here if you want. But this gives you great control when you're trimming. This screw goes tightening and loosening it however you want. The looser it is, the faster it is, but you have to have very excellent control with your hand. The tighter it is, the less fast it goes. It's probably for beginners, but if you're expert at it, just practice how to hold these things, because it'll give you an advantage when you trim your beard with the shears. It's not like kindergarten where we just kind of stuck our fingers in and just cut the construction paper as we wanted to. So kind of practice this technique. It'll set you apart, and your beard will thank you for it. In addition, today we're going to use a safety razor. Up in the scruff area, I like the safety razor. It's the old school way to shave. This safety razor is kind of one of the fancier, expensive ones. It's got a good weight on it. It's got good grips on it. Stainless surgical steel. Very sharp razors. And I like it because it gives me what I need. You don't have to get a fancy, expensive one. This will come with time as you get more experience with how to shave your beard, or shave the hair around your beard. And in addition to that, we will finish it off here in the top line with a straight razor. We'll discuss how to hold this thing. This is a cheap one as well. It's about $10. You don't really need a fancy one if you just start it out. Once you get more advanced in how to trim and line up your beard, you can get a fancier one This one opens up and then you put the razor in here. So this is one we'll use today to kind of edge up our lines here, okay? You also need some beard oil. This is going to help moisturize the skin underneath the beard as well as the hair follicles and make things nice and even and tame that beard. It also serve as a lubricant as we comb our beard and get the knots out, and also help to replenish moisture in the skin. Also need some beard balm. This acts as a leave-in conditioner, helps to get those frays down and provide nutrition to the hair follicle as well as the ends and roots of your beard. Let's start things out with the beard oil once again. Just grab a few drops here, a little more for larger beards and a little less for smaller beards. Kind of mix it in your hands all the way from the base of your palm to the fingertips. You want to get in there and get onto the skin first and then work your way out from the follicle out to the ends. Beard oil is kind of a misnomer. It actually serves better for the skin underneath your beard because, you know, the essential oils and the carrier oils that are found within beard oils help the beard hair and mustache grow in a healthy manner and get managed more easily. Here at Beard Alchemist, I formulate with all natural essential oils and carrier oils. You can find more info on our website. But yeah, you see even the difference right there. Just put some on and it's already tamed it, and that'll help when we trim it. It'll keep things from getting in the way and whatnot. In addition to that, we're going to go ahead and do some beard balm. This primarily acts as like a leave-in conditioner. Also helps tame those frays. Same method, I base of the palm and fingertips. And this, you want to start at the roots and go all the way down in the direction that you want your hair to be styled. It's a soft styling aid as well, but this will help prepare the foundation before you start trimming your beard. Next, grab your beard comb. And when we discussed last time, you know, we don't start going this way like regular. We tend to want to go up. See, it kind of helps to break up those knots, the oil and balm that's in there. Just let it go real long and then really got some knots in it. But yeah, just work your way through. See, very gentle, don't tug or pull. Get some resistance, back up a little bit and restart. But the oil and the balm are allowing me to kind of glide that comb right through there and easily take those knots that are in my facial hair out. Go around the entire beard, over here in the shelf of the beard. You may encounter some resistance. That's why we put the beard oil and beard balm prior to using the beard comb. You'll expect it to be in knots when you shower and wash your beard and dry it. Okay, so there we go. You'll look like this after you get your knots out. You want to start with the combing the beard down. I use the larger bristles. My beard is full. So when I'm taking the knots out, I'd like to use that one. The finer ones will hurt me a little more. Just lays it down nice and even. And I'll use a fine tooth side to kind of get what's left going there. Okay, following that, we'll go ahead and use the beard brush. This will kind of lay the frays down a bit. Lay that beard wherever you want it to be prior to trimming. Alright, we're going to first start off with the top line. We're going to focus on the scruff that's above the top line here. Kind of let it really grow out for you guys so you can see the difference here. Last time we did the top line, I explained to you that you'd want to kind of edge just above that natural beard line from the base of your sideburn to the mustache corner here. I was doing that because you know, I want my beard line to be as close to the natural beard line as possible. these hairs will eventually fill in the gap between the fuller side of the beard and when that doesn't have that much. It will take some time, but it's what I've done in the past, and you know, just kind of it's gonna take some time, guys. You know, so it'll fill in nicely. I'll do another video to show the progress. You can compare what the beard looks now to the video a few weeks ago. You can see it's a lot longer now, and got a lot more scruff here. And it's filled in a little better now. Okay. Before we begin, I have this little contraption here that helps to it warms towels for you, like in the fancy barber shop, that you can put them on your face and moisten up the skin before you shave. This also has a mist that comes out, so you can do either one of them. Make sure you use distilled water. If you don't, that'll kind of damage the machine. But you know, just let this thing sit and basically warm up your skin and your face before we begin. Those of you that shave in the shower, you can do it there as well, and you won't need this. But that will help kind of get the skin ready. It'll cause it to warm up. When the skin is warmed up, there's more blood flow to the skin, there's more oxygenation, and it'll basically allow things to go more smoother. Okay. Prior to beginning, after I've done the mist on the skin, grab your beard oil once again. And we're going to go ahead and kind of put a small amount here on our skin so it can get absorbed. Put it over that scruff if you want to be eliminating soon. This will allow the razor to glide much more easier, and also provide some moisturizer to your skin, because you know, shaving can be a bit rough on the skin as well. Once you applied your shaving butter or shave soap on your skin, you want to get some hot water and put your safety razor in there. I like to use this shaving mug, and be like the old days, and things are fancy. We'll go ahead and kind of get started here. Remember, our top line is from this part of the sideburn all the way to the edge of that mustache. Notice how I'm pulling down on the face. Now we come to the sideburn now. It's growing in full. There's two ways to do this. You can keep it natural and not mess with it. Since my style is to let the beard kind of go at this angle and kind of jut out and make my jaw look more prominent, I just get rid of this part here and go with a straight angle down this way. So that's my style. That's just the way I do it. You can shave it or trim it however you please. It's all about you. It's not nothing set in stone here. No guidelines. All beards are welcome. So that as high up as I can from that top line. Got most of this scruff out. Notice how smooth that safety razor just glides on my face. Now, I am not using any force. I'm literally lightly holding the safety razor and just letting it do its job. If you force it or make it go where it's not wanting to go at the time, it will cut you. These razors are pretty sharp. Okay? Do the same thing on the other side. I got rid of the scruff that's above that top line. Next, you'll go ahead and grab your straight razor. Specific way to hold it. Kind of get these two fingers in this area of the thumb, kind of pinching it together, and keep your ring finger there. I like to keep this for balance. It just helps me. So, get some hot water. Now, this one you're going to be very careful. This is sharp. You might cut yourself while doing this, but kind of a little pull on the beard and face, a little subtle, like you're scribbling. Now if you're beginning, you just want to go slow like this. Go ahead and do the other side. As I mentioned, this part will fill into that top line, and eventually I will reach my goal of having a full beard exactly from the top line, and you'll see that as we progress. So that takes care of prepping the skin and using the safety razor and straight razor to get rid of the scruff on your face and line up that top line. Grab our clipper. Now I know there's a little bit longer hairs here. We're going to go ahead and kind of get that down. Now I use a number 3 or number 2. So I'm just gonna, I don't really do much in that regard because I don't want to thin out my beard. That has happened in the past and I had to deal with patches for a little while, but just kind of going over it lightly. Okay, that's the extent of that. I use the clippers. You might use it a little more depending on what your style is going to be. Next, we're going to discuss the back line. Now, the back line goes from the top of your sideburn all the way down to this bottom part of the jaw. It's a natural back line here. You want to trim as close as possible to that region. Best you can. I know I explained that. I get these, when my beard grows long, I get these things that kind of curl out like that. So that's the way I do it is using a comb. I usually use my Kent comb, but I misplaced it in one of my bags somewhere when I was driving. But I'm using this plastic comb today. We push the hair in this direction towards the ear. Notice that it's completely covering that back line. And by doing that, you trim these curly things that pop out and kind of the frays that are kind of floating out here. And you do that without risking the chance of thinning out your beard too much with those clippers or having an accident and creating a patch there. So we'll use the trimmer for this part. And I will show you how to do this. Now notice I was holding the trimmer very lightly and making subtle motions here. You can see it's already getting a little bit more straight, and those frays are gone now. I really can't do that much. See, I can't really do that anymore. So that's a good technique to use, and it's less riskier than kind of doing this stuff here. But that's just my technique. I developed it over the years, but if you have another technique that works for you, go ahead and do it. We welcome everybody, so each his own. Now as that line starts to get straighter, we're going to get a little closer to that natural beard line. Tend to hold the edge in this direction, making a little chopping, subtle motions, kind of like gliding off the edge so I can get those long frays. And then I kind of use this part, switch the trimmer around in this direction, and I kind of face it at an angle going this way to kind of get the edge a little straighter. It's a little technique I like to use. It kind of gets that back line straight. Let's go ahead and do that. going for that effect that to make that jaw appear more prominent. The back line is going to basically end right here at the base of the jaw for me, okay? If I let this grow out this way, it literally makes my jaw look more prominent and the beard more powerful, so to speak. I kind of just get the phrase in the back here with facing the trimmer in the direction I just showed you. You will have random hairs that kind of grow over here. You can move your beard out the way and get those best you can. So that's how you edge up the back line there. It looks a lot neater now and much more straight, and kind of taking a lot off of that side that I was scruffing out for me. You can see the difference here between the right side and the left side already. Let's go over to the other side now, same thing. Comb that hair out to the back. And I'm doing like this position here, kind of doing like a little beveling off there, kind of stabbing motion, but going this way so I can get those frays out the way. Okay. Alright, so we took care of that back line now. We got the line as close to natural back line as possible. Took care of that scruff back here that grew on the neck. Looks a lot more manageable now. So far we've done the top line and the back line. In a previous episode I used the trimmer to start off with the top line. Either way is fine. It's just I wanted to show you how to use the straight edge razor today on that top line. So if you're not as experienced as holding a straight razor, stick to the trimmer, and you can view that on one of my previous videos. You know, there's no set rule here. It's just guidelines that I recommend over the years of many years of having this beard journey. So yeah, so there we go from there. I'm going to focus now on the base line here, the jawline. Now it's a lot longer than it was a few weeks ago. I really just like to trim this very small amounts just to kind of get an edge here, but see there how it's a straight edge now. Now it's kind of going to be careful because you don't want to make one side shorter than the other, so that's why I say kind of get a view of the landscape before you begin and see what your goals are for the beard trim. Now this part here is called the shelf of the beard. It's basically the bulk of your beard, kind of like the centerpiece, star of the show, so to speak. Really don't want to do too much here. There may be some times where you got some stray hairs going everywhere, but pretty much kind of just use the shears here to get some frays that are sticking out very, very lightly. This part is the longest part to get nice and full and let it to grow, so you don't want to make a mistake and be behind the 8 ball once. Okay, next we're going to focus on the lip line, but before we do that, we have to get acquainted with the method and how to do this so you don't ruin the mustache. There are 3 sections that you want to be focused with. This part here, from here to about here, is called, from this point to about this. Mainly concerned with the middle and medial third most of the time. You kind of leave this outer third alone, but if it gets a little bit too crazy, I'll show you how to trim that as well. But very, very seldom I trim the outer third. So we can use it with the shears. I will demonstrate both, or with the trimmers. So basically purse your lips. Now notice that the lip line is curved. It's not completely straight across. So you don't want to be like doing a straight across mustache trim, because it'll not really look that natural. And the point is you want to keep these lines and edges close to natural facial hairline as possible. Okay, so same thing, we review the holding of the shears. You purse your lips. Yeah, start out here. Notice I'm just using the tips of the shears. That gives me the best cut and more control. So by having good control of those shears, you can actually cut the edges of the mustache in an arc-like fashion to go along, coincide with that lip line you see there. Next, we're going to show you how to do this with the trimmer. Now, like I mentioned, you don't want to just go in this direction, make a straight line. I hold the trimmer in this direction. I kind of curve it along the edges to about the distal part of that medial third of the mustache. And then we'll go ahead and try that now. Use my mustache comb as a guide as well. Kind of coordinate the facial hair as needed. Now notice that the lip line is now coinciding with the arc of your lips. That's basically how you do it. It's the best way to kind of keep that mustache out of your lips and out of your food. The outer third, if you need to, very seldom I do that. You want to keep your handlebar mustache. You don't have to worry about this part. But recommend you kind of grab it and twirl it like in this fashion here. That. Now we got the upper edge of that mustache. Try and let it grow much more full, so I will kind of go just above that mustache line. I will purse my lips once again. And that's how you trim your mustache in those 3 sections. You can either use the trimmer or the shears, whichever is your fancy. Alright, next we're going to take care of these frays that appear here on your beard. They kind of go in different directions and go rogue on you. Now I use the trimmer here without the guard, as you can see. You gotta be very careful you don't have an accident. You can either do this with the trimmer or with the shears. I will demonstrate both today. Make sure you stay perpendicular to your beard and kind of get the outermost frays while you work your way down and forward. And I kind of like to angle myself this way in front of the mirror so I can see better when those frays sticking out. Alright, so let's get started. We'll go ahead and with the shears kind of get what's left behind. Subtle. I'm going to work on the undersurface of the shelf of your beard. Basically this part here now. I want to let this thing grow in and full to give it a much better appearance. You know, some individuals like to kind of leave this bald and their lines up here. This style. You want to grab your trimmer and basically go perpendicular and straight back to your neckline, getting those little frays, okay? I don't really like to trim that much in there. I like to keep it nice and full. Kind of prefer the shears on this part. Kind of just better control. And get our angled beard brush here. Notice our lines are straight now, back line, top line. We got rid of the frays on the bulk of the beard. Get the shelf of the beard here nice and trimmed. This brush kind of grips the beard and lays it down towards the contours of your face. It's where it's angled. I like it to add finishing touches to it. Next, we'll focus on the neckline. This seems to be the most problematic section of everyone's beard. Most errors and accidents occur at the neckline. My beard is rather full, so you can't even see my neck as it is. I can't wear bow ties anymore because, hey, they're being covered by my... There's a guideline that says to find your Adam's apple, which is right here, which is the outermost section of your trachea. The guidelines state either 1 to 2 fingers above the trachea, depending on the width of your fingers. You have really wide fingers, and it may just be 1 finger. But if you have not as wide fingers, you kind of go from here. That's about where my neckline is. Gentlemen who have full beards really don't need to worry about this part, but if you have a shorter beard, you want it looking nice and trim from the end of each jaw to the other. Okay? We'll focus now with the beard trimmer. Started here, so grab the edge here and kind of just work my way up towards that beard line. Brings everything together now. We've used all our tools here. We shaved our face, we edged our top line with the straight edge razor. We took out the fray with both the trimmer and the shears. We made our back lines and jaw lines with trimmers. We focused on the mustache, lip line, and we took a moment to check out the neckline and the bottom portion of the shelf of your beard. So those are all the sections that you have in your beard that need to be addressed during a beard trim. Now notice that we've begun this whole series by prepping the skin and hair with beard oil and beard balm, and using our beard comb to get all the knots out and straighten everything. That has actually helped us in trimming our beard today. Next we will focus on styling your beard. Let's get started. Now we've completed the tutorial on how to trim, line, and edge your beard. Since we have a lot of debris in our hair, I recommend we go back in the shower and kind of rinse off, dry it once again. And because if you're about to go out on the town, why would you want to be all itchy with hair all over you? I mean, look at my shirt, I got it all over the place. But anyways, so let's just say we went in the shower and just rinsed off again. I let it dry completely, and I'm gonna go ahead and style my beard. In order to do that, we will need beard oil once again. This is the Fresh and Dapper blend that we have. It's citrus scented. We use that first. We'll go ahead and rub our hands together and kind of get it underneath the beard there onto the skin, massage it in, and go up from the end, from the roots out to the ends. Okay, we'll grab our beard comb once again and just kind of work through once again. Okay, now it's laying very nice after the trim, and now we applied more beard oil for styling purposes. Next we'll go ahead and grab some beard balm once again. Here it is, it's Fresh and Dapper beard balm. I grab a little bit. So cool thing about these mustache combs is they got this little end here at the handle of the mustache comb. So you kind of just go in there and scoop out your beard oil. I don't need that much, but my beard is rather full and I probably need a bit more than shorter bearded. But yeah, we'll kind of lay it there like peanut butter on your hand and go ahead and emulsify it. It's not very greasy at all. It's kind of quick absorbing. So I'm gonna just get in there and kind of mold my beard in the direction I want it to be styled. I've told you that I like this this peak that comes out, a nice and angled fashion that I prefer. Now you'll notice the beard is much more maintained now, and it's a little shinier. It looks healthy, and it smells great. So kind of do the same thing, work it through the beard once again. Notice how easy it's going through since we've treated it with the beard oil and beard oil. Lay it back down, nice and even. And then we'll use the finer comb to the side to finish it off. So now we've applied our product once again and combed it and brushed it through our beard. Now let's go ahead and style it. Now there is a bit of a controversy or debate on which is better, a flat iron hair straightener or a blow dryer. My opinion is, in my experience, I used a flat iron hair straightener like 4 or 5 years ago. Even with the heat protector that you spray on, it had very bad effects on my beard. It looked weak and brittle, and over time it discolored my beard. It kind of looked yellow. That's just my experience. It kind of took the aspect of the beard that makes it, stylish and look healthy away. But if you have used a flat iron hair straightener, to each his own. If it works for you, go ahead and use it. But it did not work for me. I didn't really like it. What it does is it burns that collagen layer of each hair follicle off, and once the hair follicle loses that, it can't go back. So your inner filings of your hair are being exposed more to the elements, and they're not protected. So that is just my reasoning and my experience. Preferably now I use the blow dryer, set it on low, and I use my round brush to style it. I have this very fancy Dyson blow dryer. It's very efficient. Think of it as an investment. It's very expensive, but think of it as an investment. You put a little bit of money to the side every few months or so until you can get one. But think of it as an investment because this thing's amazing. It styles and dries your hair in half the time as a conventional blow dryer. It's got settings here. I use the low setting. It's got 3 settings here, so low, middle, and high. I use the low setting for the heat and the middle setting for the amount of strength is going to be flowing into my hair. So you need this and your round brush. Now we're going to use the blow dryer in this fashion. how I style my beard. It's best way I like to do it. It's efficient for me and it works great. It straightens my beard and it looks very nice and fluffy. Now after you finish blow drying your beard and using the round brush to style it, we're gonna switch our blow dryer to no heat and low strength. The cool rush of air being sent onto the beard hair will lock everything in, kind of hold your beard balm, beard oil into the hair follicle and the strands, thus allowing it to function better. And also it kind of calms the hair down a bit, so that way it's not heated when it gets out of here. I'll go ahead and show you how to do that right now. Alright, so that completes the process. Maintaining a beard it is time consuming at times. Every 2 weeks or so you want to trim your beard and give it a good trimming and styling. This whole process takes about maybe 10-15 minutes every morning, just with the applying the beard oil and styling it. Every couple weeks I'll have to trim the lines, edge everything out and get those frays, but it's well worth it. It will eventually lead to a healthy looking beard. Right now it's my look. I've got kind of trimmed over here at the top, very close to the skin. I got this nice flowing beard out, makes my jawline look more prominent, and that's the look I was going for. I hope this tutorial helped you guys, as I've compiled all the weeks of videos into one, so you have the entire process and can go through everything. So practice how to hold your shears, practice how to trim your beard, edge your beard, your mustache, how to comb it, how to apply the beard oil and beard balm. And I'm here for you guys. If you have any questions, just reach out. I'm here to help you guys. Anyhow, we'll see you next time, and thank you for watching. And if you like it, If you want to share it to your friends, go ahead and share it. And please subscribe. This is going to be a pleasant journey, and I'm going to be with you through your entire beard journey. Feel free to check out the website, social media. Thank you, and take care. See you next time.